Physics isn't just formulas scribbled on a chalkboard. It's the invisible framework shaping our daily lives. Whether you're pouring a glass of water, riding a bike, or simply watching the sky shift from day to night, you're seeing the laws of physics in action. Today, let's break down 10 essential physics concepts, making them practical, memorable, and immediately useful in how you see the world. Start with the most fundamental idea: motion. Imagine you're standing at a bus stop, watching cars drive by. The simple fact that things move is the first law of physics you ever notice. Motion means that objects change their position over time, and this change can be measured by how far, how fast, and in which direction. When you throw a ball to a friend, you're intuitively calculating its speed and direction. That's motion in action. Speed tells you how fast something is moving. Velocity adds a direction, and acceleration describes how that speed changes. Next time you watch a runner sprint or a leaf fall, remember, you're seeing the dance of motion, speed, velocity, and acceleration play out in real time. Now, let's talk about force, the push or pull that sets every motion into motion. Think about opening a heavy door. You know you have to apply a certain amount of effort, a force, to move it. If the door is heavier, it needs more force. Force is what causes an object to start moving, stop moving, or change direction. The classic way to remember this: if you push a shopping cart, the harder you push, the faster it goes. If you stop pushing, friction slows it down. Force is everywhere, from the gentle tug of gravity that keeps you grounded to the kick you give a soccer ball. Speaking of gravity, let's demystify this ever-present friend. Gravity is the invisible force that pulls objects toward each other. On Earth, gravity pulls everything toward the ground. It's why your coffee stays in your cup and why you don't float away when you jump. Picture dropping two objects, a feather and a coin. Without air resistance, gravity would pull them to the ground at the same rate. Gravity keeps the moon circling Earth, holds the planets in orbit around the sun, and shapes the very structure of the universe. Next time you feel your feet on the ground, remember, gravity is always working quietly beneath you. Energy is the currency of the universe. It's what makes things happen, and it comes in many forms. When you eat breakfast, your body turns food into chemical energy that lets you move, think, and grow. When you switch on a lamp, electrical energy transforms into light. Imagine riding a bike up a hill. You're using your muscles' energy to fight gravity. At the top, you stop pedaling, and gravity pulls you down. Your stored energy turning into motion. Energy can't be created or destroyed, only transformed. That's the secret behind why a roller coaster can never climb higher than where it started without extra energy from a motor. Let's make sense of matter, the stuff everything is made of. Physics tells us that matter is anything that takes up space and has mass. Water, air, your phone, your own body. These are all matter. Matter behaves differently depending on its state: solid, liquid, or gas. Ice is solid water. Melt it, and it becomes liquid. Heat it further, and it turns into steam, a gas. The molecules in a solid stick together tightly, while those in a gas fly apart. Understanding matter helps you see why ice floats in your drink and why a balloon rises when filled with helium. Now dig into momentum, a concept that explains why things keep moving. Imagine riding a skateboard and bumping into a curb. The faster you're moving and the heavier you are, the harder it is to stop. Momentum is the product of an object's mass and velocity. It's why a small pebble is easy to stop, but a speeding truck is not. In sports, momentum helps you swing a bat with more power or throw a ball farther. When you're in a car, seatbelts protect you because in a sudden stop, your body wants to keep moving thanks to momentum. Let's shift to waves, which are everywhere. Sound, light, and even ripples in water are all waves. When you drop a stone in a pond, circles spread out. That's a wave. Sound travels in waves through air, reaching your ears so you can hear music or conversation. Light waves let you see the world, and radio waves carry your favorite songs to your phone. Waves have properties: amplitude, how tall they are; wavelength, how far apart crests are; frequency, how often they happen. Next time you listen to music, notice the bass thumping and the high notes ringing. That's different frequencies of sound waves. Now let's clarify electricity. When you flip a switch and the light comes on, electricity is flowing. Tiny charged particles moving through wires. Electricity powers our homes, devices, and even our bodies. Think of your heartbeat, driven by electrical signals. You feel static electricity when you rub a balloon on your hair and it stands up. That's electrons jumping from one surface to another. Circuits let us control electricity, sending it where it's needed safely. Understanding electricity makes you appreciate the invisible power running through your life, day and night. Let's not forget magnetism, often paired with electricity. Magnets attract certain metals and can push or pull without touching. That's why a fridge magnet sticks to metal but not to glass. Earth itself is a giant magnet, guiding compasses and creating the auroras near the poles. In speakers, magnets turn electric signals into sound. Every time you watch a train levitate above its tracks using magnetic forces, you're witnessing the wonders of magnetism. Finally, let's explore pressure. The reason balloons expand and tires stay inflated. Pressure is the force applied over an area. When you pump air into a tire, you increase the pressure inside, making the tire firm. In water, pressure increases as you go deeper, the weight of all the water above pressing down. That's why divers feel their ears pop. Atmospheric pressure keeps your drink in the straw until you sip. In medicine, blood pressure tells you how hard your heart is working to move blood through your body. So now, let's circle back and see how these 10 concepts weave together. Imagine a day in your life. You wake up, stretch, and walk to the kitchen. Your motion is controlled by forces, muscles pushing, gravity pulling you down. You pour a glass of water, watching the liquid flow, a demonstration of matter, pressure, and gravity. You cook breakfast, using energy stored in food, heat transferring from stove to pan. You hear the sizzle, sound waves reaching your ears, and see light shining through the window, waves in action. As you prepare for work, you hop in the car. The engine transforms chemical energy from gasoline into motion, propelling you forward. You accelerate, building momentum, and feel the gentle tug of gravity as you drive over hills. You listen to music, sound waves carried through air, transformed into electrical signals, then back into waves by the speakers. The GPS guides you, connecting to satellites via radio waves. During the day, maybe you use a magnet to stick a note to your fridge, or you notice pressure changes as you climb stairs. You plug in your phone to recharge, electricity flowing, transforming energy from the outlet to your battery. Each moment, these concepts are at play, invisible but essential. Let's go deeper into each concept with vivid, practical examples. For motion, picture a train gliding across tracks. It starts slowly, picks up speed, and eventually brakes to a stop. The change in speed, acceleration, is felt as your body leans forward when the train stops. If you jump off, your own mass and velocity give you momentum, so you keep moving even after your feet hit the ground. Force is what you feel when trying to open a jar. If it's stuck, you apply more force until it pops open. When you kick a soccer ball, your leg exerts a force, sending the ball flying. A heavier ball needs more force to reach the same speed as a lighter one. Gravity can be felt most clearly when you drop something. Drop a pen, and it falls to the ground, pulled by gravity. On the moon, gravity is weaker, so astronauts can jump higher and objects fall more slowly. Energy transforms constantly. In a roller coaster, you start high, storing potential energy. As you descend, potential energy turns into kinetic energy, motion. At the bottom, friction turns some energy into heat. The ride can never go higher than where it started without extra energy added. Matter changes state depending on temperature. Ice cubes in your drink melt, turning from solid to liquid. Boil water and it becomes steam, a gas. This transition shows how molecules move and interact differently at different temperatures. Momentum helps explain why a moving car is harder to stop than a bicycle. When cars crash, crumple zones absorb energy, reducing the momentum transferred to passengers. In sports, a heavier player running fast has more momentum than a lighter one at the same speed. Waves surround us in countless ways. Speak aloud, and your voice travels as sound waves. Surf at the beach, and you ride water waves. See a rainbow? That's light waves bending and splitting. Use Wi-Fi, and you're relying on radio waves. Electricity powers your world. When you turn on a light, electrons move through wires, creating light and heat. Static shocks after walking on a carpet are electricity in action. Built-up charges jumping from your body to the door handle. Magnetism guides compasses, stores data in computers, and makes electric motors spin. Magnetic fields push and pull without touching, shaping technology from speakers to maglev trains. Pressure is felt when you squeeze a balloon. It expands as air pressure inside rises. Dive into a pool, and water pressure pushes against your skin. In weather, high and low pressure systems create wind and shape climates. If you take one thing away from these 10 concepts, let it be this. Physics isn't distant or abstract. It's the secret code beneath everything you see, touch, and experience. Each concept, motion, force, gravity, energy, matter, momentum, waves, electricity, magnetism, and pressure, gives you tools to decode the world, making sense of why things work and how you can use them to your advantage. Want to be more confident in conversations? Use the clarity of physics, break things down, explain them simply, and connect ideas like building blocks. Next time you're stuck in traffic, notice the forces and momentum at play. When someone asks how a microwave works, connect electricity, magnetism, and waves. When brewing coffee, appreciate the pressure and energy transforming beans into your morning ritual. Physics is the language of reality. And with these 10 basic concepts, you'll see the world with sharper eyes, deeper understanding, and an empowered, practical mindset. Every moment, every movement, every sensation, physics is there, guiding you, inviting you to explore, and helping you sleep smarter tonight by making sense of the universe you live in.